Now, performance enhancements are just getting far out of control.
Bro, I literally feel like jogging between my sets. Everything feels euphoric. Like even listening to the music on the way here felt like I was in like a rave. It was crazy.
And today I'm going to be putting my natty card to the test to achieve the best workout, the best pump, and break some new PRs. Now I'm going to be doing all this attempting to avoid hospitalization or addiction.
I need to stop taking this shit.
And hopefully still being able to dodge and weave any enhancement allegations towards my natty card. Now, this isn't just some regular cracked out pre-workout that you find from your local supplement store down the road. No, no, no. Every single stimulant that I'm testing out in this video is riddled with warnings and cautions, some of which are even banned by the FDA and failed drug test in pretty much every single athletic sport if any traces are found of these products. Now, getting my hands on all of these products was not easy, and it definitely isn't something that you can just go down the road and buy from your pre-workout store. So when I say that these are some of the most insane, unsafe stimulants that you can take, I definitely mean it. Now, first up, we're going to be starting out light and working our way up to some of the heavier performance enhancements. And first up, we're starting out with Zynns pre-workouts.
You can absorb pre-workout in a lot of different forms. You can inhale it, absorb it through your skin, you can just digest it. But now we are going to be packing it with Wakey energy pouches with a power bar that goes all the way up to 5 dots, whatever that means. For all you nicotine addicts out there, you can put it back in your pants because these have 0 nicotine, although they have an abysmal amount of caffeine and pre-workout ingredients. Now, each one of these patches is 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is an idiotic amount of caffeine to be having this late at night. I've already pretty much given up my sleep. Any normal person would probably have one of these, but as the veteran stimulant pre-workout addict that I am, I'm going to be having 2, so 400 milligrams of caffeine. These go by a lot of different names. In the UK, they're called snus. In Australia, we call them lip pillows. To me, these are probably just going to give me a whole lot of head noise throughout my workout, but I am hoping for a good leg session. And of course, I didn't forget my trusty Boost Oxygen Sport, which I'm gonna be having in between my sets, so before and after my set. In terms of ingredients, it has magnesium, vitamin C, iron, vitamin E, zinc, riboflavin, pantothenic acid, thiamine, vitamin A, folic acid, iodine. That doesn't sound good. Vitamin D and vitamin B12. All right, so let's do 2. They really do look like a pillow. Damn. I don't know if that was just placebo, but I just instantly felt like alert. 2. They do taste like cherry, if you can see. And for the road, let's hit a bit of this. All right, so let's get into our workout. We're gonna start on hack squat, and I'm gonna measure out my legs as well. Instantly, my gums and my whole mouth just feels like I have chemicals in it. I'm feeling a little bit of a buzz. Don't know how instantaneous these absorb into your system, but it feels pretty fast. I'm also hoping these don't give me the best workout of my life because I'm gonna get addicted to it. All right, we're gonna measure out my legs, and yes, I'm using a tape measure. I don't wanna hear anything about it. All right, so legs coming in at 22 inches pre-pump, and then we're gonna measure them after my workout to see the size and the girth is. All right, let's see what we're quickly weighing in at. Okay, kind of usual weight. Feeling a little bit of a buzz and a tingle. I feel very sharp as well. It doesn't feel like the most natural feeling, especially so instantaneously as well. Like I feel like I've just snorted some of the booger sugar before hitting my session, but if you know what I mean. I just warmed up on hack squat and I'm feeling pretty wide, very motivated as well. So we're gonna see how my working sets go. We're gonna do 3 plates and try and get 9 reps. I really wanna try and push my body. Ignore any of the emotional feelings of struggling, kind of like when you take 10 times the dose of ashwagandha than you probably should have. That's what I want to feel when I'm hitting my sets. 0 emotion towards the struggle. You ever seen those slapping competitions where they try and like knock each other out slapping? But you ever watch the ones where it's like a really hard slap, but
they just stood there and ate it. That's how I'm feeling right now. Maybe I had too much. We're gonna find that out later on. Gonna have a hit of this before and after to get diabolically locked in. Oh, lightheaded. Give me 3 seconds. Brain just snapped straight back. That is actually unbelievable. I said I usually do 8 reps of that. I actually don't. That's how out of it I am. I usually do 7 max and I just got 8. Almost felt like I should have gone for a 9, but we're going up weight, so I'm gonna save myself for those harsh sets. But I'm feeling good and preemptively can already tell that this pump is gonna be disgraceful, which at the same time I don't really want to happen because I'm gonna get addicted to this shit if it's really as good as it's starting to feel. And I only took it 10-15 minutes ago. I've been taking stimulants, pre-workouts, energy boosters for many years. So anything I take, I've just been double dosing, triple dosing. I got to start taking the dosage that a horse needs before a race. It's for educational purposes, so it's fine. I don't think you could continue using all these different stimulants long term. I think it would definitely affect your body eventually. Anyway, we're gonna jump up to 320s and a 10, which I usually get, about 3 reps on a good day. Also, I'm listening to Roid Rage, Manic Mike, Trend Twins Slowed remix for this set. 3 reps of this will be a PR, 4 reps will be stupid.
I think Roid Rage, it's finally hitting him out of nowhere.
I shouldn't be feeling this good for free. Well, not really free, but. All right, I am 2 sets in, and my leg pump, I've never seen veins like this before. This is insane. Like, look at those veins. This pump, so far, 9 out of 10. Energy, 8 out of 10, and I'm 20-25 minutes in. Another thing I want to note is my joints, when I was coming down on the hack squat, they felt so smooth, and I rarely feel really without stiffness on the hack squat. And that was sort of the first time I've ever felt that sort of feeling where I just come down and all my ligaments, tendons, muscles are just in a smooth motion down and back up. But that's the first time I've ever felt like no lactic acid or anything like that. So far, so good. I just feel like I've got never-ending lollies in my mouth. They do taste extremely artificial, taste like some put-together formula in a lab, and they've called it cherry flavor. I am going to see my heart rate really quick as well. All right, so my heart rate right now, as I suspected, 102, 104, but we're gonna monitor it through my workout. Yeah, 112, going up a bit. But man, look at this pump, it's actually insane. I feel such a smooth energy with my workout right now. Like, I don't feel like that anxious jitteriness, twitchiness with what I would get with high stimulant scoop pre-workouts, like powdered pre-workouts. But this pump is nothing I've ever seen in my life. Like, my legs don't ever look that pumped. That is crazy. I usually laugh at myself with how skinny my legs usually look. This session, I'm actually somewhat happy with the size that my legs look. I'm 5'11", so you know, I don't have like already built legs by just smelling the insides of a gym by hitting one leg workout. And also I don't have really gifted leg genetics, but my strength is there. But yeah, let's finish one more set on leg press and then move on to the incline bench. All right, we've got 9 plates. We're gonna try this. Shake it up like it's got liquid in it, which it doesn't. It's literally just air. Now, if I was to try and hold a conversation right now, I'd struggle severely. Watch this.
Then I just got 5 pretty decent reps, and I'm also going to measure out my leg girth. That was a PR amount of reps, and I just feel like I can drive so much harder. I feel like I'm pushing myself way further than I usually would, which is always a good thing. I'm not liking how good these pre-workout pouches are working on my body. It's pretty hard not to hit a excruciating set when you got this bloke looking at you. It's essential that you hit a good set. I have never had a leg pump like that. That is not normal in my leg day books. Quite literally one of the best pumps I've ever had, and it hurts for me to say that too. I don't know if I should be taking this stuff, especially in the dosages that I'm taking it. I genuinely feel like I have not deserved a workout or a pump this good. Like, I feel like I've broken the law to be able to get a workout like this. In terms of how the pouches are working, very steady energy and stimulation. I feel very motivated to push myself, pretty focused as well. Even though these contain 0 nicotine, I still feel very focused. My joints feel amazing, which they never do for legs. I literally feel like I've woken up from a 2-week coma every time I hit legs. But today, completely alleviated any of those symptoms, which is always amazing. Already, at least 1 inch, 1.5 inches bigger. 1.5 inches to 2 inches bigger on my legs. All right, the no leg drive incline bench. See how my legs just slide? Felt like my family was being held hostage to try and finish that rep, but we did it. But I mean, that's what I mean just there. I never do reps with that much struggle, usually. I'll never like push myself like insanity, but this session, I feel like I'm just doing it with every single set. Like I'm just going max out, balls to the wall, or else I'm just being a pussy, which is maybe the mentality you sort of want with every session, but. Push, you pussy!
Nowhere near failure or anything like that. And then the last and third set.
We're gonna get a little upper body pump check. Also, if you want to cop my first ever fitness drop, there'll be a link in the description to buy these pump cover shirts. I'll also be getting these in singlets as well. But if you guys like the design, jump on the link in the description if you want to purchase any of these. But let's check out the physique. But we're gonna do some ladder raises and then finish up.
Everything would be different all that.
I do 25 kilo lateral raises. You heard that right, 25 kilos. Now, they're pretty good reps. They're not terrible, but I like to overload that. And then I'll drop down and superset 20 kilos with better form. And then I'll just rep out my arms until my shoulders feel like numb, gasping to stop me from torturing them. And then I just do that for 2 sets. So 2 excruciating lateral raises sets. That's me done. Pretty harsh set. I'm definitely hitting the oxygen. That sort of superset takes it right out of you. This would be, if you're a runner, I know you can't carry this with you, but if you can like run back to your house or your car or wherever you're going and have this in your car, this would rejuvenate you instantaneously after a harsh run or on the treadmill, whatever. Crazy cardio performance booster. I'm glad no one's at the gym to see me do this shit. I just feel like a crackhead. You ever see those guys outside of hospitals with like hospital gowns, tubes and shit coming out of them, and they're just like smoking a cigarette outside the hospital? It's like, bro, haven't you got enough sickness? I look a little bit like that in terms of destroying my body and then rejuvenating it, but Someone could easily mistake this as like drugs. Anyway, let's check out the pump. Solid pump. Veins are most definitely coming through. Where are my pouches? Where are my pouches? I feel like a drug fiend going through my bag looking for the goodies. In terms of the Wakey Cherry Overdrive energy pouches, keep in mind I had 400 milli vanillis of caffeine, so 2 of these. In terms of what I'm rating these, I'm gonna put these in A tier on the tier list. In terms of pump, honestly S tier. S tier pump for these. Premium pump, criminal pump, like I've done something wrong to deserve this sort of pump. Workout, a very mellow energy, pretty long lasting kind of, not really actually. Steady, focused, sharp, that you sort of get from nicotine, but these are 0 nicotine, so vascularity was amazing. Overall fullness and blood flow into my muscles, especially my legs, unreal. So we're moving on to the next one, and it's probably a really stupid thing to be taking, but let's jump in.
Now next up we have is pre-workout vape. Inhalable pre-workout device. Basically a pre-workout vape. Probably one of the best benefits with this is that you're not having a scoop of pre-workout which takes 20 to 30 minutes for all the ingredients to actually digest through your stomach. This is probably the next best thing, which is supposedly supposed to be instantly effective. And then it says perform 3 inhalations for 3 seconds each and then begin your workout. And the recommended use is 2 servings in a 12-hour period. So I'm gonna be doing 9 because I'm just a bit silly like that. Rubber tip. Now it says fast acting, 0 digestion and 0 bloating. And this flavor is mint. So what I'm gonna do is I'm wearing an Oura ring. So I'm gonna track my heart rate to see how instant it really is. As I stand right now, my heart rate is 54, 63. I hope that's normal for standing heart rate. Anyway, one thing that Will Tennyson did not try, which I am mortified that Will Tennyson did not do this, is destroying my lungs, rejuvenating my lungs. And I'm gonna use this between sets. I'm gonna take a hit after I take a hit of this. So this says 3 puffs, but I really want to try and feel the genuine effects. So I'm gonna take 9 and give you my honest reviews. That is minty. Ooh. Wow, really do feel that instantly. Hold up, let me check my heart rate. I'm gonna take 3 though. That was 3 pretty big ones. Yeah, I definitely feel like a buzz. Feel a little bit lightheaded. This would go so perfect with that oxygen. I'm so glad I'm trying it with that. I do feel a little bit like wavy. Like this doesn't have anything in it besides pre-workout ingredients, citrulline, beetroot, beta-alanine, that stuff that makes you real itchy under your skin. Okay, my heart rate's still saying 98. All right, we're gonna try another 3 puffs. One more. Most definitely feel a buzz. I definitely feel like an instantaneous hit of sort of like light pre-workout instantly after hitting that. 100, I mean slightly elevated, 94, 90. Now we're gonna take a hit of this. I'm gonna do 3 more puffs though, so 1, 2, 98, 100, 102. All right, so definitely elevated heart rate for sure. Can you say that hit straight away? Maybe. So I'm pretty sure Will Tennyson, when he tried this as well, he said that he got quite a crash halfway through his session. I'm pretty sure he only did like 3 puffs of it though. So I'm sort of hoping for that at the end of my session so that I can try and sleep tonight. Something really funny about this oxygen can, it says, oxygen is weightless. Full can is very light. Duh. So this is Boost Oxygen, the sport version. I don't know if that really means much. It's just oxygen. I don't know how they get a sport version of it, but this is orange flavor. So hopefully this rejuvenates my lungs instantaneously. Now I've taken 9 hits of this now, and I'm supposed to only take 3. I kind of want to try this
before I take this. And I also do want to feel this throughout the entirety of my workout too. Just for educational purposes, I'm gonna take another couple and then hit it with this. So that makes it in total 11 puffs. That was a big one. That's good. The lightheadedness instantly goes from this. You feel your feet underneath you again. Yeah, we're gonna start out on bench. I'll see you guys up there. I'm hoping for a good session here. Such a sick gym. Hopefully try and PR something. All right, what am I? That's actually a lot heavier than usual, so I should be pretty carved up. I feel like a natural buzz. It's not like that crazy like stimulation from like harsh pre-workouts. Definitely feel energized, but like a smooth energy. Got 3 plates loaded up. See how this feels.
Go out there and fail. Go out there and fail.
Damn, that's a lot.
Achieve failure.
Maybe not.
I don't think it's meant to be, bro.
Well fed.
One thing I struggle with at this gym though is my legs always slide on this concrete floor. I can never get really good leg drive in. My next set, I'm gonna try a bit of this. I definitely feel energized for sure, and I took a lot of hits of that, but I have a high caffeine intake whenever I gym. On my gymming days, I always take a full scoop of some pretty harsh pre-workout, so maybe halfway through this session, I might run outside and try and take a quick little hit again. I don't know, and trust me, this is only the beginning to what's to come later in this video. I'm trying some insane performance enhancements for my other gym sessions. All right, I'm gonna try and hit at least 2 of this 150 and see how it goes. See how these things feel. I mean, they probably stop your feet sliding. Feels way too high though. Let's just try it.
Rested, well hydrated, plus pre-workout. Guess what? That's gonna add up to a freaky ass pump.
Yeah, I felt like I just did that set with no leg drive. I'm gonna get rid of those things. After doing any heavy set, you always get like that sort of wavy, like lack of oxygen to your brain. But let's just take a quick hit of it. Wow, instantly oxygenated again. It's like you catch your balance instantly, like mentally. That's insane. Honestly, it's so funny having the vape deprive your lungs of oxygen, the oxygen rejuvenate your lungs. It's like having a donut running on the treadmill. I'm pretty much benching with my legs up in the air. It says 1 serving of V-Rush equivalent to 1 energy drink pre-workout powder. So I took almost 4 servings. Yeah, I hope that wasn't dumb.
That's pump.
So I don't mind getting to the point where I'm doing just barely any partials way up here. That's my
I don't even want to risk that. I honestly feel like I'm benching with 0 leg drive. Anyway, we're gonna move on to shoulder press. All right, I'm definitely feeling a consistent energy throughout my session. I feel energized, but I wouldn't say I feel like an aggravated stimulation, which is probably what I'm gonna be feeling with some of the rest of the performance enhancements I'm trying in this video. As my heart rate stands, 92, 94.
This might be the happiest I've been in months. Focusing on the flavors that I'm experiencing and
See if that correlates to a freaky pump.
If this situation is so hard and I try to get over this and I do overcome it, something amazing is waiting for me on the other side.
Not bad. Let's try this. Man, I can't believe how instant that stuff hits. You instantly get your brain activity back. I've gotten up off of doing like a harsh set on hack squat or a harsh set on leg press, and I've felt like my legs aren't even underneath me, but that stuff just instantly brings back. It's like you flick a switch, your body's there again. It's almost like you can hit another set. I'm gonna go outside and have another couple puffs of this stuff because I feel like I can take it. So maybe I have another 2, maybe I have another 5, I don't know. I'm just gonna see when I'm out there. All right, quick little hit, and then we'll go back and finish off our workout. But yeah, we're on 11 inhales at the moment. Where did it go? There it is. I feel like I can take it as well. I don't know if that's because I am a caffeine addict. Let's try and do another 2. I am hoping for a crash like Will Tennyson promised me in his video, bringing my lungs back up to max HP with this. Inhalation counter, number 12. Big hit. Inhalation counter number 13. Another big hit. Man, that's crazy. I can't believe how well that works. You ever get out of bed, you roll out of bed, well, I do anyway, and you're just like not all there? This would be the perfect thing waking up to in the morning. One more for the road. That was a big puff. All right, let's get back in there and finish my sesh. Just gonna get an update on my heart rate. 102, a little bit higher. Lighting here is kind of crazy.
In the old days, we used to always leave space between the plates. So the plates would jingle. So the plates would make noise. When you came up from the squat, you drove and played the reps.
We got the 6. See, I'm out of breath, puffing right now already. Watch this. That's crazy. Before I was just like trying to catch my breath. Pretty nuts. We're gonna acknowledge the pump real quick.
It's like music. Every rep, you wanted to hit that sound again. And you wanted to complete that rep with as much force as you possibly could. It would break. It would break out the steel. That feeling. How the fuck you doing?
I usually don't get 9 of that. All right, hit the oxygen. Boom. And we're back. I'm gonna do a set, hit the oxygen, do a set, check my heart rate, hit the oxygen, and then see what it is. 20s and 5s.
You promise yourself to be the best person to be. That's what makes you tough. That's what makes us grow. Nobody can know the secret. That's
108, 120, 124. Ready? Have a couple. 120, 120, 118, 116, 110. Crazy. Let's try that. 98, under 100 now. Instantly brings your heart rate down. I do want to say that previous set, that weight, I did better performance than I usually do with that weight on skull crushers. And I use the same easy bar as well, so not a bad arm pump, honestly. Not too bad. Improving the vascularity, I don't know if it's just the lighting, but I mean, I'm looking pretty diced compared to usual. Don't know if the pre-workout vape has done much of a difference in that aspect, like the shoulder veins are coming in. Look at that. Kind of crazy. Definitely feel like I'm looking far more vascular. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I do not look like that usually. Anyway, and in terms of strength as well, I feel like I'm slightly stronger with things. We're gonna jump onto preachers and then finish up the video, see how the pump's looking. But yeah, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe. If you want to cop any of my merch as well that you saw me wearing earlier in the video, link will be in the description. Try and do 8 of these.
Squeeze it! Squeeze! Just...
One extra rep than usual there. I'm gonna rank all of these different performance enhancement on a tier list, and where I'm going to put the V-Rush pre-workout diffuser, I'm gonna put it in B tier. You know, you don't wanna take a stimulant that's gonna keep you awake late at night. You also want it to hit you straight away as well. You're driving to the gym, you don't wanna wait 20-30 minutes for the pre-workout to take effect in your body. I think it's pretty good to use. Try and get 5 of this. I just did another set with the 20s and the 5s for 5 reps. Try to do it again. All right.
Now next up we have our skin absorbing pre-workout patches.
Testo Booster Transdermal Patch. Now this is actually a skin absorbing pre-workout, and these are something called Pre-Workout Booster Pump Testosterone Testo Muscle Building Extreme Fast Transdermal Patches, and it says it's made in the USA. Now the picture on here is sort of what I want to feel like during my workout. I don't think it's going to transform me into the picture it's showing, but hopefully I get the endurance, the muscle performance, and vitality from trying these. Over 95% of active ingredients gets absorbed directly into the bloodstream through skin. There is a typo on here as well, missing space. Not a fantastic sign. Okay, sort of in like silver sachets. I guess that's 1 pouch, but I am going to do 2. Okay, that's not what I was expecting at all. All right, so I've kind of ripped one off, but these are what they look like. Smell funny, smells like chemicals. All right, so it says have 1, but I really want to feel what these do. Curious to know how quick they actually absorb as well. So again, I'm going to have a look at my heart rate, 86, 88, just standing right now. So I'm gonna apply some of these on, already half peeled. So these are the patches. They look like coffee patches, but it says like hairless, but that's pretty hairless. All right, so I'll go one either arm. How it feels, can't really notice anything really. Can't absorb through your skin that fast, but out of curiosity, I guess it kind of just looks like I've got a big freckle on your arm. I mean, you can put these anywhere, I guess. Yeah, pretty much the same heart rate, 86, 84. We're going to be training today a bit of accessory movements. So I'm gonna do some rear delts, some calves, and some abs as well, but probably just those 3 exercises. But anyway, let's go up and do a workout. All right, so we're starting our session on a little bit of calf raises on the Smith machine. Yeah, I definitely feel a little bit of stimulation. I for sure do like feel some sort of motivation to do my set. I'm gonna do a set on the calf raises, and then we'll do our set. I don't know if it's these patches, but I can feel my muscles better. I feel like I have a better mind-muscle connection. Just hitting that set just then, I could really feel like the fibers in my calves stretching, and I do that calf exercise with every calf day, so that felt quite light. I feel very sharp. I feel like I have a lot of mental clarity right now, weirdly. I don't know if this helped too. I felt like I could hit some extra reps just then. Like I said, your lungs feel like brand new again before hitting a set. All right, so we're gonna have a look at what my heart rate is now. So it's saying about 94. I mean, that is after just doing a set, so I am thinking about putting another patch on, completely ignoring the fact that it says I only put 1. You know, I'm not all there, so I think I might throw another one on, just so I can really try and feel what this does. That's what I got loaded up, by the way. Heart rate's looking pretty good. 84. All right, let's give it a crack.
What was it? And then what you learned from it.
I actually feel motivated to go heavier, and I don't always feel that motivation. I reckon if I was to ever do one of the videos training at the Diamond Gym, the world's toughest gym, I think I'd probably have to take all of these performance enhancements at once, which I would never try. I just got 9 reps of that. Might try and chuck 420s aside. Feeling motivated. I've thought long and hard about it, went over all the possible scenarios of what could happen, and I decided that I'm gonna chuck another patch on. Let's put it above this one. I feel like if I get enough of these, I could play Connect 4. I don't know if you can see them, but the lighting's probably making them real. I'm gonna try this before. All right, let's go. Oh, that's heavy.
Let me your power, your strength. Give me the test. I'm 100 man.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely feeling pretty amped up. Feeling good. Feeling dialed. Like very enthusiastic to push myself. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, but there's like a guy hitting the boxing bag. I wonder what that dude would go trying out these absorbing patches. Last set, and then we move on to rear delts. Oh yeah. Boom.
Oh, yep, that's heavy. But we like heavy. The only thing that can kill iron is its own rust. So don't let your mind cause your own destruction.
Oh yeah, how's the vascularity looking? We're gonna rate the pump at the end as well. So far, I mean, the veins are popping, but we're gonna see at the end how it's all coming together. I mean, so far, so good. If I was ballsy enough, I would get like 4 going on here, another 3 next to it, and then just play Connect 4 with myself. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but they get into some pretty hardcore techno when you come late at night. Also, I'm feeling good. Like, I'm feeling pretty pumped. My eyes look dilated. I don't know if I'm like a little bit sensitive to the lights right now, but also this music kind of slaps. Late night gym music, it's a bit different. And then they play crazy at the gym at this time. And then we're gonna hit some in that face of that worker that's trying to rizz up the customer. Anyway, rear delts and then abs. Check the vascularity real quick. Not bad. With the ingredients that this says is in the actual product, I shouldn't really be feeling like euphoric. Shout out Jeff Nippard for this one. I feel like I can push myself harder, for sure. Like I really feel driven to go my max capability sort of thing. Feeling a little bit nuts. It's like all my senses have been dialed to a 10. This music video of what they're playing right now, tripping me out a bit, but I think it'd trip anyone out though. Let me show you. That's just not me, right? That's kind of trippy, isn't it? Right? I'm gonna do the cables. I don't like that at all. It's like broken. It doesn't even go to 7. It's just like it doesn't lock in to 7. Just comes back to 6. Man, I don't like that the floors are so slippery. I don't know if it's my shoes, but
It was all building up to one all-out set. He would do a wall.
also real quickly, look at this. They like come off when I tense. Ready? Look, it's coming off.
Very light, just to get the groove. Maybe a second set, but nowhere near failure or anything like that.
I am feeling wired. Alright, so we're gonna do a quick heart rate check-in. 88. I think we're doing alright in terms of our heart rate not going through the ceiling. This guy in the picture looks like Donald Trump. That's a Donald Trump haircut if I've ever seen it. Have a swig and then hit a set.
And then the last and third set, everything would be given all out.
Have a little arm tap before I do my set. Pump's looking kind of crazy. I don't know if there's some pretty insanity lighting going on right here. See how it's coming off? I feel like I'm at a festival coming to the gym listening to the music this late at night. Like club house music. I'm gonna rate the pump for the pre-workout absorbing patches, 8 out of 10. In terms of the energy and the product itself, I've got to be brutal on this tier list, so I'm feeling a B tier, but we're gonna see at the end of my workout. But look at that vascularity. The music they're playing now is kind of clapped. It's like they heard what I was saying. Heart rate's a little bit elevated. Hold up, let's have a look. 90, a little bit high. Not concerning though. Oh, whenever I do this and just lay the weight right here on my back like decompresses and I can feel my back crack on the low side. If you're ever trying to do like a really good spine decompression, try this. Literally just get a 20 plate, rest it like here, and just relax, and you'll feel your lower spine like crack. But if you do stay like this too long, you'll get lightheaded, so don't do that. Now they're back to the drum and bass. I ain't complaining though. It's pretty hype, to be honest. It's probably the type of shit you'd hear at a Vic Staff festival, honestly. One more set, abs, and then we're gonna call it. You know that girl on TikTok that does the mogging face really well? How does she do it, man? She needs to drop a tutorial on that shit. I can't do it to save my life. I think we're gonna wrap it up there. To summarize it all, pre-workout patches, I'm going to put them on B tier. I kind of feel like the V-Rush vape hit a little bit harder, but being super brutal with the tier list as well, I'm gonna put it in C tier. Let's move on to the next performance enhancement. Wish me luck for the next one. All right, boys. Now this is myth amongst legend. This is the Thanos of pre-workouts. Now it goes by the name of Jacked 3D. You might ask, why is it called Jacked 3D? Because the pump that this gives me better give me 3D ass delts. It also says to take 1 serving daily and mix 1 to 3 scoops. Now I'm gonna be doing 3. Now if my math is correct, which it always is, if I take 3 scoops of this, it should theoretically turn my delts 5D, which is what I'm hoping for with the pump. Now for all you ASMR addicts out there, I'll open it up nicely for you. Oh, that's great. Just explodes my eyes when I open this. Ooh, damn, that smells good. It smells real good. Okay, pretty small scoops. That's a small scooper for pre-workout. But like I said, I will be doing 3, and that is the max dose of Jacked that you can take. Will Tennyson tried this product, but one thing I am appalled by is the fact that he only took 1 scoop. Like, what the fuck? That's like having a chocolate ice cream, a cornetto, if you know what that is, eating 30% of it, and then throwing out the chocolate bit at the bottom. You're damn well sure I'm gonna be taking the maximum dose to feel the maximum effects. I wish you could smell sensors through a YouTube video, but that smells like good pre-workout. Now I'm gonna measure with the old and faithful measuring tape my arms pre-workout and then post-workout, and you already know this one is a must for this workout. Yeah. Look, I really don't know what to expect here, I'll be honest. I'll be calling 000 if I start getting some sort of heart palpitations. It says, intense training aid enhanced with geranium. Sounds like some frickin' pseudoscience compound. Now it says, warning, use only in accordance with the directions for use, so probably don't take like frickin' 5 scoops if you wanna die. Now, this does contain something called DMHAs, which is similar to DMAAs. Basically, DMAAs are pretty similar potency to meth. So DMHA is FDA approved, but also still a very harsh stimulant. But we're not gonna think about that going into this. We're gonna keep a positive mindset. You know, God be with us. I'm not gonna go crazy, so that's a pretty decent scoop. 1, 2, 3. Smells good. Honestly, this Seems like a goated flavor. All right. Oh my God, that tastes amazing. Also has creatine inside of it. Oh, whew. That's potent. That is strong. That is really strong. All right. Dang it. I just got like a shiver from my head down to my feet just then. That was crazy. Hoping to hit some PRs today. So we're gonna be doing 150 kilos on the bench. All right. So pretty close to the 5 there. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 inch arms. I'll take that any day of the week. And I also expect to get 0 sleep tonight. That is a sacrifice I'm willing to make for an absolute diabolical, essentially upper day. Heart rate is sitting just below 100. Wish me luck, guys. At this rate, in a year's time, I'm gonna be taking adrenaline shots into my heart and then taking a nap. That's the sort of tolerance I'm going to start building up if I do this continuously. All right, boys, we're not off to a good start. I just realized that I forgot my gym card. Now I'm sitting in the car with 3 scoops of Jacked 3D. But luckily, I just took it and it takes about 15 to 30 minutes to kick in. So I'm going to be going to another gym, which I have my card, my gym access card on my phone, luckily is about 20 minutes away. So it should begin to kick in as I arrive to gym. I'm feeling a little tingly in the brain, a little bit wired, extremely locked in, and I can feel my heart rate increasing. Maybe 3 scoops was not a good idea. Like, I feel like I've just been electrocuted. I'm driving to gym right now and this music is hitting so different. I'm listening to Poster Boy. Might just be the most insane session that I'm ever going to have. I'll probably never have a session like this ever again. All right, boys. I feel like I just broke like 17 traffic violations getting here, but we made it. My body is tingling. My feet feel light. Please, 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 thank you. I feel like my senses are dialed to 200. Normally, I warm up with the stick. They don't have one at this gym, so I'm just gonna do it with the 20 kilo bar. Ooh. Now, I want you to all realize that I've been taking pre for a lot of years. At this point, I think I could take a whole tub of C4 and just honestly go to bed. I don't know if this gym knew I was coming. Listen to what they're playing. Fucking Darude Sandstorm remix. We're preparing the playlist for my arrival. All right, 106, not too bad. First set at 140.
All right, let's squat. Squat? I didn't sign up for that. It's just that.
Not bad. If I can get 3 at 150, that's unreal. I'm gonna dive headfirst into this set.
Bench. I think the most matters. I'm empty. It's just you and yourself. No one to disappoint. No one to piss off. You can choose.
2.5. Can't be mad. Oh, so happy with that. Bro, I literally feel like jogging between my sets. That's how much energy I have. My senses feel like they've been dialed to 200%. We're gonna do a couple more sets, see how the pump's looking, take the pump cover off. I'll probably do some shoulder press as well, and then just see how the vascularity and everything's looking. I'm probably talking really fast right now as well. I'm not gonna hate myself if I don't get 3, because that is shooting a lot higher than normal. We're gonna hit the oxygen.
You can choose to be lonely, or you can choose to be alone.
All right, 2.5 again. That is still phenomenal strength. I can like honestly not stop pacing up and down the gym. I can already feel, like, I haven't even taken my pump cover off, and I can already feel my muscles just bursting. Like, this shit makes this feel like sleeping tablets. Do I recommend taking 3 scoops? No. 1 scoop of this, probably enough. I've pretty much thrown away my sleep. I'm gonna do 2 sets of the 50 kilos. Not bad for like a warm-up shoulder press. Next set, I'm gonna try and go for 6, maybe 7. 7 being a PR. All right, I'm starting to sweat a little bit profusely. We're gonna do one more set of the 50s, and then we're gonna check out the pump. I feel like this cricket ball right now. That's how hard I've been hit by this pre-workout. Six and a half, including the rep I got up. I'll take that shit any day of the week. Let's check my heart rate real quick. We cracked 120, 135. Starting to be a bit amped up now. It's quite a high heart rate. I've done 14,000 steps. I have depleted my body of energy sources and I'm still hitting PRs, which is phenomenal. My arms feel like they're bursting. Honestly, the confidence that I have right now, like I'm sweating a bit like crazy. I don't normally sweat.
We used to always leave space between the plates. So the plates would jingle. So the plates would make noise. When you came up from the squat,
All right, got the 10, went for the 11. Good reps as well. All right, world's the skull crushers. Doing 20 kilos a side.
play the rep. Deep throat roar. It's like music. Every rep, you want to hear that sound again. And you want to.
All right, we got 7. It's all right though. We're going up weight. I'm gonna try and do 25 a side. All right, we're gonna superset with a bit of preacher curls. See if I can PR on this. Got 20 kilos a side. About 50 kilos. That is my first working set. I actually go up from there, but I'm gonna try and do about 8 reps of this.
As much force as you possibly could, it will break. It will break.
25 kilo skull crushers.
You promised yourself. You promised yourself to be the best person to be. That's what makes you train. That's what makes muscle grow.
Now, arms flaccid, 17 inches. That's on the 6. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Told ya. 18-inch biceps. I mean, that's crazy. So that's 60 kilos. I'm gonna go for 5 reps.
Nobody knows the secret. Squeeze it.
That's usually so hard. Jack to 3D, 3 scoops turns your delts 5D. To put it into the tier list, you already know. Probably guess where this is going. It's going up an S tier. Confidence is through the roof. On the way here, I was getting like this weird sort of sensation of not being able to feel my lower half of my body, probably because I wasn't exercising. No tingling feeling, which is surprising. Maybe I'm just accustomed to beta alanine now. Pump, diabolical. Vascularity, I mean, you can tell me. Now, for you guys out there that want the secret to getting single-digit body fat, 15K steps a day, eat clean foods. Get your 200 grams of protein. That simple. As a natty, I'm a lifetime natty, by the way. Stay away from junk food takeaway. Get your cardio in. Game changer. Promise you. I think my delts have hit 5D status. Kind of crazy. Got the veins coming through too. The 3D look is there. Usually at this point of the workout, regular sort of pre that I'm on at the moment, which is still very high stim, I am feeling quite crashed and dumped. On this shit, I feel like I just want to keep going, which I will. So I'm gonna keep just smacking out arms. I don't know how much storage I've got left on my SD card, but I don't think I have much. Anyone natural that has achieved 18-inch arms is hung like a horse, honestly. Now, being single digit body fat, reaching 18-inch arms, pretty wild. I mean, the pump speaks for itself, really. One of the most phenomenal pumps I've ever had. I haven't even trained chest, but I've got like a chest pump. Actually, what am I talking about? I have done bench. Pump rating, I'm gonna give it S tier as well. It cracked 3D. I don't know what they cooked up in the lab and put into that bucket of chemicals, but it doesn't even feel natural. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you want to cop any of my first ever fitness drop, you might have noticed the pump cover I was wearing earlier on in the video, jump on the link in the description. But thanks so much for watching, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which might be similar to this one. Stay tuned. Peace. Now, I can normally never do a muscle up, especially after arms. Let's see if I can do it. Oh. Yeah, I thought I would. Arms feel so full. I've never seen them this lean, and look at that. I don't even look natty. I swear to you boys, I'll not lie to you, I am natural. That's 18-inch arms. Crazy. I mean, I will never replicate this again. Just look at how full all of my muscles look. Like my delts are looking 10D right now. Man, it's just all, the whole physique just comes together. It's phenomenal. I'll put a side by side of this pump. Just how round my delts look. Never seen my delts look like that. If I walked into the bathroom right now, I'd think that this bloke, like, I'm not trying to G myself up here or anything, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. There's no way I'd think that this is natural. Look at that delt. That's why they call it jacked 3D, because it turns your delts 3D. See you boys in the next one.